Blackmore.
Time to quench your thirst in today's video. Another Killer Instinct episode coming your way. And today's episode, we are, like I mentioned earlier, if you have a hunger, as you will, we're going to be going through the covens. And it's lieutenants on top of that. And who am I referring to? So we're going to be getting into our vampiric side of things. We're going to be discussing Mira.
Have you confessed your sins? Your life, my lady.
And this will be one of the first times, I will say, for the channel that we're going to be discussing a vampire-like character, as you will. And today's video, we're going to be going over mainly of her early concept designs and overall weapons and possible fighting style out there. So please look forward to today's episode. Kick back, grab your snacks, and enjoy what I got for you here today. Check it out. Now, the idea of Mira itself has been around for such a long time with the Killer Instinct series. Like, the concept for having a vampire goes way back to Killer Instinct 2. As you can see from her 2013 rendition artwork, the team was already there in perfecting Mira's design. Thus, she was born 20 years later for this game around Season 3. So the whole vampire concept idea has always just been there, they just never got around to it. Mira is another character throughout fighting games I've come across that uses the Neko Te weapon claws. Strangely, not too many fighting game characters use these weapons. So these weapons are one of the most fascinating things in the world of traditional Japanese weaponry. Used mainly by kunoichis, or female ninjas for short, which is something we've talked about before. Check out that video if you want to learn more. This small yet deadly claw was a tool of both offense and stealth. Often you will see different designs of this particular weapon, either in a glove-like manner, or some where you slip them over your fingers individually. Like I mentioned earlier, the claws were designed as a discreet weapon worn on the fingers. It allowed female ninjas to transform their hands into claws, granting them the ability to scratch, slash, and incapacitate an opponent. Crafted from metal, the claws were small enough to be concealed, but sharp enough to cut through flesh and even light armor. The Neko Te was part of a broader arsenal employed by the kunoichi, the often overlooked female ninjas of feudal Japan. Since kunoichis were trained to blend into their surroundings and use deception, the Neko Te was perfect for surprise attacks, allowing them to defend themselves in close combat without drawing excessive attention. In an actual fight, techniques with the Neko Te are going to involve strategic strikes aimed at vital points, such as the eyes, neck, or wrist. Things that can cause fast and lethal strikes in the long run. Hey, you can sometimes have those claws dipped in poison for extra damage, like I mentioned in the past. Aki from Street Fighter VI is a perfect example using the claws coated in poison at all times. Over time, traditional martial art practices have evolved, and many of those ancient weapons, like the Neko Te, became less common. In rare cases, you'll see some martial art practitioners incorporate the claws with a fighting style. For Mira's case, it took me such a long time to try and figure out if she has a specific fighting style on top of using the weapons. Some assume Moi Born, since she has several sidekicks similar to the martial art, but I can't find enough evidence of similarity between the two, unfortunately. So, in this case going forward, until I can really find any more evidence, she really doesn't have a particular set fighting style. If I end up finding more evidence down the line to really concrete hold up her fighting style idea, I will update this with a part 2. However, Some historical Neko Te Claws are preserved in private collections and museums that showcase ninja and samurai artifacts. Martial arts schools with a focus on ninjutsu, particularly in Japan, occasionally recreate the Neko Te for demonstrations, ensuring the knowledge and the techniques of this weapon continue to be appreciated throughout history. So you will always be able to find some type of history preservation of this weapon. So if you ever want to check them out, please feel free. It's always pretty interesting to just see more characters using these claw-like weapons because, like I mentioned earlier, we don't have too many characters like that nowadays that or even apply these weapons at all. So it is quite interesting to see the Killer Instinct team actually build upon this concept and had Mirror actually use those finger-like claws too. It overall goes hand in hand, I feel, not only just for her being this vampire-like character, but had a way of overall Victorian, somewhat assassin-looking design, and especially her alternate costumes and other customization pieces of her just having the hood up and the mask. It goes hand in hand, similar to how what I mentioned with Kunoichi's actually using stealth tactics and just to use those weapons itself. So it in a sense it actually goes quite well with her character and her overall design now, the more you actually start thinking about it. So hopefully in the future, if we do get another Killer Instinct game, that she actually comes back. Especially, I feel she has to come back. I mean, this is Maya's sister that's come back from the dead. So hopefully we end up getting even just more lore fronts on that down the road. But if you enjoyed today's video, please like, subscribe, and hit that bell so you can stay updated on any new videos coming to the channel. And if you want to join the Discord too as well, I actually got that completely updated now, so you shouldn't be joining the old Discord, so now you should be able to hop in the new Discord this time around. So my apologies on that, but we got it all squared away. But anyways folks, this is Blackmore here, signing out. Catch you guys next time. Peace.
I'm
not a friggin' dragon. You can see how this ends, right?
I would not want to be you today.
The study of Kung Fu fighting is ongoing. Don't ever hope to master all of them. So be careful.